when it's round-up time in heaven, when our troubles on earth are over, all the loved ones that death has severed shall be gathered on that golden shore. Greetings and welcome to the Cowboy Church of the Air. I am Carl Mustain, your host, along with the cowboys and cowgirls. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Hi there, I'm Doris Mustain. Here's Kay, Brenda, Carl, and I singing an old favorite, The Old-Fashioned Meeting.
In one town bought a brand new baptismal suit for their preacher.
The Methodists, not to be outdone, bought their preacher a brand new pair of rubber gloves.
Dad and Mom, does this remind you of the girl in your life? Little girls are the nicest things that happen to people. They are born with a little bit of angel shine about them, and though it wears thin sometimes, there is always enough left to lasso your heart. Even when they are sitting in the mud or crying temperamental tears or parading up the street in mother's best clothes. A little girl can be sweeter and badder, oftener than anyone else in the world. She can jitter around and stomp and make funny noises that frighten. When you open your mouth, she stands there demure with that special look in her eyes. Red just manages to select your favorite color when you place your order. They disprove the law of supply and demand. There are millions of little girls, but each is as precious as rubies. God borrows from many creatures to make a little girl. He uses the song of a bird, the squeal of a pig, the stubbornness of a mule, the antics of a monkey, the spryness of a grasshopper, the curiosity of a cat, the speed of a gazelle, the slyness of a fox, the softness of a kitten, and to top it all off, he adds the mysterious mind of a woman. A little girl likes new shoes, pretty dresses, small animals, first grade, noisemakers, the girl next door, dolls, make-believe. Mother's high heels, ice cream, kitchens, coloring books, cans of water, going visiting, and tea parties. She doesn't care so much for visitors, large dogs, hand-me-downs, straight chairs, vegetables, snowsuits, or staying in the front yard. She is loudest when you are thinking, the prettiest when she has provoked you, the busiest at bedtime, and the quietest when you want to show her off. Who else can cause you more grief, joy, irritation, satisfaction, embarrassment, and genuine delight than this combination of Eve, Salome, and Florence Nightingale? She can muss up your home, your hair, and your dignity, spend your money, your time, and your temper. Then just when your patience is ready to crack, her sunshine peeks through, and you've lost again. Yes, she is a nerve-wracking nuisance, just a noisy bundle of mischief. But when your dreams tumble down and the world is a mess, when it seems you are pretty much of a fool after all, she can make you a king when she climbs on your knee and whispers, "I love you best of all."
Cowboy Church of the Air is a good place to be.
And this program is made possible by Discount Carpet Mart, the fashion and color center where you can choose from over 4,000 styles and colors.
Best quality,
Best selection,
best service,
and always the best price,
the best of the
best.
best.
That's at Discount Carpet Mart, 2248 East Shawnee. Phone number is 687-0013, Muskogee, Oklahoma. The place where quality always costs less.
You never get a second chance to make a good first impression.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, honey.
Could I help you sing a song?
Yes?
The words of this song is indicative of the scene in many of our churches today when it says, "I shall not be moved. I'm satisfied right where I am. I shall not be moved. Though God's Spirit feels again, I shall not be moved. I'll sit right here and grieve the Holy Spirit. I shall not be moved. He knows I do not like. Wish that I had stayed at home. Football's on tonight. I'll sit right here and hinder those around me. I shall not be moved. I'll stand right up and testify what God's done for me. And when they pass the offering plate, I'll act like I don't see. I can't afford to give God what He asked for. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved. I'll sit right here and hinder those around me. I shall not be moved. I've heard the same old message 100 times or more. He said the Lord is coming. He's even at the door. I wonder now is ready as I feel the Spirit move. He said there'll be a rapture, the saints in God shall rise, caught up to meet the Savior, to live with him on high. Now I'm afraid if Christ should come this evening, I would not be moved. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved if Christ should come before we leave this service. I shall not be moved. 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land. There are those who claim ours is a sick society, that our country is sick, our government is sick, that we are sick. Well, maybe they're right. I submit that I am sick. I am sick of being told that pornography is the right of a free press, but freedom of the press does not include being able to read the Bible on school grounds. I am sick of Supreme Court decisions which turn criminals loose on society. I am sick of commentators and columnists canonizing anarchists, rapists, but condemning law enforcement when such criminals are brought to justice. I am sick of cynical attitudes toward patriotism and of politicians with no backbone. I am sick of permissiveness. I am sick of not being able to watch the television with my family unless I want to have them exposed to nudity, adultery, homosexuality, and the glorification of narcotics. I am sick of godly people believing everything they read in a paper. I am sick of people not standing or caring for or about their rights, pastors, church, or country. I am sick of hearing young people tell how their parents don't have time for them. I am sick of people marrying for better or worse, but not for good. I am sick of our homes deteriorating and becoming a place of unrest and sorrow. I am sick of marches, protests, demonstrations, and confrontations against our God-blessed nation. I am sick of those who say I owe them this or that because of the sins of my forefathers, when they have looked down both ends of a gun barrel to defend their rights, their liberties, and their families. I am sick of having policemen ridiculed and called pigs, while cop killers are hailed as some kind of folk heroes. I am sick of pot-smoking entertainers belittling me with their condemnation of moral standards. I am sick of paying more and more taxes I am sick of preachers, once known as men in our camp, compromising convictions for money. I am sick of our veterans not being treated like heroes. I am sick of how our society is calling murder abortion. I am sick of how the people of God doubt the promises of God. Most of all, I am sick of being told that I am sick. I am sick of being told my country is sick when we have the greatest nation that man has ever brought forth on this earth would willingly trade places with the most deprived, the most underprivileged among us. Yes, I may be sick, but if I am only sick, I can get well. I can also help my society get well, help my country get well, help my church get well. Take note, all of you. You will not find me ranting to wide-eyed mobs. You will find me at work, paying taxes and serving in the community where I live. You will find me speaking out in support of those officials, institutions, and personalities who contribute to the elevation of society and not its destruction. You will find me contributing my time, money, and personal influence to helping churches and people who have shown the true spirit of this country's determination to ease pain and suffering and eliminate hunger. If I am sick, please let me stay that way until we see this country brought back to God.
Psalms 30, verse 5. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Here's Brenda singing, Joy Cometh in the Morning.
If you fell beside the rubble of an aching, broken heart, when the things you gave your life to fell apart, you're not the first to be acquainted with sorrow, grief, or pain, but the Master promised sunshine after rain. Hold on, my child, joy comes in the morning. Weeping only lasts for the night. Hold on, my child, joy comes in the morning. The darkest hour means dawn is just in sight. To invest your seed of trusting God in mountains you can't move. You have risked your life on things you cannot prove. But to give the things you cannot keep for what you cannot lose is the way to find the joy God has for you. Hold on, my child, joy comes in the morning. Hold on, my child, joy comes in the morning. The darkest hour means dawn is just in sight.
In today's world of strife and torment, we can hardly listen to a news report without being plunged into deep despair by all the accounts of war, crime, and corruption. It becomes more important than ever to turn to God as an unfailing source of comfort and the assurance that with His help and guidance, we will survive these storms that would seem to threaten our very existence. Faith is your haven of refuge in a troubled world. Take refuge in your church on Sunday. Let's go to church next Sunday morning. Let's kneel and pray side by side. Our love will grow on Sunday morning if we have the Lord as our guide. Through the week you love and laugh and labor, but on Sunday don't forget to love thy neighbor. Let's make a day for Sunday morning. We'll go to church, you and I. Let's go to church next Sunday morning. We'll see our friends on the way. We'll stand and sing on Sunday morning, and I'll hold your hand as we pray. Through the years we'll always be together. You'll be mine and we won't fear the stormy weather. Let's go to church next Sunday morning. Let's go through life We have a special studio guest with us here this afternoon, Jacob Ballinger. Jacob, I understand you just got back from Falls Creek.
Yeah, I did.
Did you have a good time down there?
It was pretty enjoyable.
Where is Falls Creek?
Near Davis, Oklahoma.
Was it warm down there?
Very warm. One of the great puzzles in my life is when Daddy whips me for smoking a cigarette butt he threw away. And Mommy sometimes washes my mouth out with soap for saying a word that I learned from her. Ever since I can remember, my parents have taught me not to tell lies. But the other day, Mother sent me to the door to tell a salesman that he was gone. Maybe when we get big and our folks get little, we can enjoy the privilege of telling whoppers. You know, being a parent must be fun, but being a kid is tough with so many restrictions.
Remember that every word spoken before our children and every action observed contribute to the formation of their character. Last night as I lay on the prairie and gazed at the stars in the sky, I wondered if ever a cowboy would drift to that sweet by and by. Roll on, roll on, roll on, little doggies, roll on, roll on, roll on, roll on, roll on, little doggies, roll on. Dear Lord, the things I use most every day, they don't belong to me. The ears I hear with, the voice I use, and the eyes with which I see. My hands that do so many things, my feet that run or prod, are only borrowed for just a while. They all belong to God. My eyes I use, my hands, my feet, sometimes I have abused. My speaking voice and my hearing ears have often been misused. My mind that thinks and learns and knows that good from bad forgets. My heart that beats with joy and pain sometimes brings regrets. Dear Lord, please help me use these things to do thy will, not mine, for I know they're only lent to me, for what you've made is thine. They say there will be a great roundup, and cowboys like doggies will stand to be marked by the riders of judgment, who are posted and know every brand. Roll on, roll on, roll on, little doggies, roll on, roll on, roll on, roll on, roll on, little doggies, roll on. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Well, the clock on the wall says we don't have to go home, but we can't stay here. I see the cowboys and cowgirls have their horses all saddled and are ready to ride the trail back to the bunkhouse. Thanks for joining us. God loves you. Happy trails to you, and may God's best be yours each and every day. when it's round up time in heaven, when our troubles on earth are o'er, all the loved ones that death has severed shall be gathered on that golden shore. 'Twill be sweet when we meet at Jesus' feet, where no heartaches, no pain